Hello and welcome, final expense telesales agents. If you are in an IMO and you're just not sure if your upline, your mentor, your coach, the person that brought you into the agency is actually doing you a service and is actually mentoring you the way you need to be mentored, then please pay attention to this video because I'm going to give you an inside look about what it should look like, or excuse me, how it should look getting training and a mentorship from someone who knows what they're doing in the industry and how you are going to be able to grow and scale as a brokering agent. If we have not yet met though, my name is Ashley. I am a telesales agent. I specialize in final expense. I do work from home. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I crush it in the industry. I'm not a slave to this industry. I produce at a part-time capacity and I'm able to do at least at minimum 20K a month, sometimes more, doing this part-time. So what I'm going to share with you today, this is a little bit different than any other piece of content that I've had on my channel. One of my agents inside Perfect Agent brought me a couple of calls to review in Slack. So she wanted me to check them out. We noticed this morning when we were going over numbers in our wake-up call that she was able to yesterday get, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was 13 people to actually pick up. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember the exact numbers for you guys. 13 people picked up the phone and she only got 2 people to quote. And so your pickup to quote should at least be 50%. If it's not, there's a big gap. And so she was sending me a lot of her calls where she says, well, people will just hang up on me after the first sentence. They'll say hello and then they'll just hang up. They don't let me go further. And so I had listened to her calls and it was her first sentence. Her first sentence needs to be tweaked. And I know you guys out there use my script, so I wanted to share my training moment with you in hopes that if you are using my script and you sound not the way that you're supposed to sound, that this will help you auto-correct yourself. Please remember, you need to be listening to your calls. You need to pay attention to how you sound, and you need to track your numbers. If this agent did not track her numbers, and if she did not have someone to hold her accountable and train her up in the way she should go, she would have been repeating this mistake day in and day out and eventually would fail out of the industry because you cannot do the same bad thing day after day and expect to win. You just can't do it. So enjoy this recording. It is a recording of myself literally sending a voice memo to an agent with Inside the Perfect Agent. Also, download my script, please. If you don't have a script, it is below. Every month, I am doing a live training on my script. Live Q&A. I will tell you the meat and the potatoes, the how, the why of my script. So please download it. You will get a notification and an invite to that every month we go live, and it's a very exciting thing to do. I also have launched what I call Perfect Agent. I am co-founding it with Oscar Gonzalez from Scale My Social, and we have made a wonderful, wonderful program where we are pouring into agents day in and day out. We are training them, we're guiding them in the way they should go so that they can win big in the industry. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to email me. My email information is below. Happy to chat about it. But enjoy my training memo.
I think your assessment is pretty fair for everything that you are assessing in your own, which is good. That's what I want. I want to be able to train you up so you can review your own calls and improve upon your skill set. So you're right where you need to be there. I would definitely say when you do the introduction, try to take a breath on the first one. So like if someone, ring, ring, hello. Hi, Tom. This is Ashley. I was calling you here on a recorded line with a final expense price quote you had requested on Facebook. I do have a zip code of 12345. Is that correct? I think for you, you're coming across, you're talking too fast. So when you pick up the phone, it sounds more like ring, hello. Hi, Tom. This is Ashley calling you here on a recorded line with the final expense price quote you requested on Facebook. Your zip code is 12345. Is that correct? When you do it like that, you come across very salesy. And so their sales resistance is up high, right? Because they pick up the phone and they feel like they're getting pitched. So you want to sound different than every other agent out there. So let me repeat kind of back the tempo of the introduction. So ring, ring, hello. Hi, Tracy. This is Ashley. I was calling you here on a recorded line with the final expense price quote you requested on Facebook. I do have a zip code of 12345. Is that correct? So enunciate your words, because when you do that, you sound like a professional and you sound like a person who needs to be heard. So from the moment someone picks up the phone and I speak, I'm demanding their attention. And I can't do that if I'm saying, hey, this is Ashley calling you here on a recorded line with the final expense price quote you requested on Facebook. Your zip code is 12345. Like, I'm not trying to do that. Go into you can even go on my YouTube channel, go into the trainings. I have a couple calls uploaded. You'll hear I'm not as fast. So maybe tomorrow try that, or even this evening if you start dialing, slow the introduction down a little bit. See if you can enunciate a little bit more and have a bit stronger of an introduction presence. The last one where you said it was a poor transition to the objection handler, I think you just didn't know which objection to pick. That one, I would have definitely said, oh, I understand. So you probably filled the request out hoping to get a quick quote like in your email, and now you got a bunch of people calling you, right? And they'll be like, oh, yes, okay, I got you. Well, I definitely don't want to add to your frustration. That sounds very frustrating. But if you have just like a minute or two, it's just my job to get you the information. What you do with it is totally up to you. That's the objection you needed to insert there. And I think because he didn't say, I'm not interested, that might have thrown you off. But let me know if you have any other questions and keep digging. You are doing really, really well. We just need to get it to where like you just cannot stop. You cannot stop until you get a policy every day. As a agent, as a broker with outgoing money, it does not make sense financially, and you cannot stay afloat if you cannot do at least one policy on average a day. That's 5 policies for the week. That is bare brass minimum of what you need to be doing in order to one, stay, well, 2 things. 1, pay your bills, and 2, actually bring in a profit to where you're actually bringing in an income. That's the goal. So keep fighting and try not to end your day. I don't care how long you got to stay at your computer. You got to keep going and keep going until you get that policy. Let me know if you need anything else.
I really hope that you were able to pick up some good nuggets off of that training memo. The objection where I was telling the agent that I think that she just was unsure of which objection to choose. It is the I'm not interested objection handler on my script. The client, when I reviewed the call, said, I'm not worried about it. When someone's like, I'm not worried about it, that's the same thing as I'm not interested. So they may not use the same vocabulary, but it is the same objection. And that's where she kind of got tripped up on that call. If you have any questions about my memo, feel free, message below. If you want to win in final expense telesales, please smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I have a fire training like this released. I'll see you next time.